Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Thursdays with Taylor. I'm Taylor Furt, the Stokes County 4-H agent. Today we are going to be making a couple different crafts going along with the fall theme using toilet paper tubes as well as paper towel tubes. I have already made one of our cute little crafts and using a toilet paper tube. So you can either use a toilet paper tube or you can take a paper towel tube and cut it in half. Or if you really want to, you can somehow try and use the whole paper towel tube. Get creative. So I have created a pumpkin, as you can see, super adorable and perfect for the fall season. So for this activity, again, I used a toilet paper tube and I used construction paper. So I've got some orange construction paper that I'm going to cut pieces out of. As you can see here, I just have different size strips that we're going to use. And I've got a green sheet of paper that I cut on the short way to make little like leaves or pieces of the vine that's coming off of the pumpkin, and then a piece of brown that I just cut out a random shape to make it as the stem of the pumpkin. So super adorable and super cute for the fall season. You can make it and lay it out around the house for your fall decor. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this activity, and then we will move on to our second activity. So come along and let's get started. All right, so again, for this activity, you're gonna need a small or a toilet paper tube. I used a little bit of a glue stick, but I found that using tape actually worked a little bit better. You're obviously gonna need some scissors to cut your construction paper with. And remember, if you are too nervous using scissors, to be sure you have an adult or somebody around to help you use those. I'm gonna get started cutting out the orange pieces. So again, I'm just gonna take my sheet of paper and cut out strips about like this. All right, so I'm gonna probably do about the rest of this sheet and probably the whole other sheet. So you can probably cut about 2 sheets of orange construction paper out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, I have all my orange strips cut and ready to go. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a strip of paper one at a time. You're gonna either glue or tape a small piece there on the inside of the tube. And then you're gonna wrap it around like this and tape or glue the other end to the other side of the tube. So very simple. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare my pumpkin. I'm doing just that. And once I finish all the orange strips, I will show you how to do the green and brown. Now once I start adding my second strip, I just kind of overlap the second strip onto the first strip inside the tube. That way that they're closer together. Again, glue might not be the best choice, so I have tape nearby to use that if my glue is not working. Okay, so it looks like I could be done, but I actually have a couple gaps right here, and on this side that I kind of want to fill to make it, to fill in to make it look a little bit fuller. So I'm gonna take just a couple more pieces and overlap them again so that I can add in a section to make it look a little bit fuller. All right, there is our cute little pumpkin. We are just about finished. The next couple steps are gonna take just a few seconds to complete. So like I said, we're gonna start with our green pieces first, and we're gonna cut on the short side here. And you only need about one strip. And what I did is I took the one strip of green and I just kind of folded it back and forth, kind of like an accordion. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but I just folded it real nicely. And then if you let it loose, it kind of crinkles up like that. And about halfway through, I'm gonna just cut it. And we're gonna get a piece of tape, and we're gonna tape this along the inside. So you're gonna choose what side you want to be your top and what you want to be your bottom. For my bottom, I kind of just pressed it in a little bit to make it flat so it would stand up nicely. And I'm gonna take the green piece and tape it right there on the inside. And I'm gonna take my second green piece. We're gonna tape it here on the other side. So kind of like that. They're kind of like either pieces from the vine or like leaves on the vine, whatever you want it to be. And now we're gonna just take our brown sheet of paper and we're just gonna make a stem out of it. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I just kind of did something like that. And again, we're gonna take a piece of tape and I'm gonna tape it right here on, I kind of made mine too wide. All right, so we're gonna just tape it right here in between the green pieces. All right, and there you have it, a nice pumpkin made out of a paper towel or toilet paper tube. I love this craft. It is super cute. And if you wanted to add some more to it, you most certainly can. You could even paint the toilet paper tube if you'd like, instead of keeping it its natural state. But I love this. I hope you guys do too. All right, for our next activity, you're going to need either a full-size paper towel tubes, or you can use quite a few toilet paper tubes. I have cut one toilet paper tube and I've cut out 5 pieces that we're going to use to make fall leaves. So I am going to before you cut your paper towel tube or your toilet paper tube, you're gonna want to make sure that you paint it to the color of the leaf that you would like. So if you want a red leaf, go ahead and paint the tube that color, because once you have it cut up like this, it's gonna be very hard to paint these smaller pieces. It's gonna be a little bit more tricky. so it'll be a bit easier to paint the full tube before cutting it. So I'm going to go ahead and paint my tubes and then cut them up into about 5 pieces each, and you can make about 3 or 4 leaves, how many ever you would like, and we will see what our final product turns out to be. So I will see you shortly. All right, I am all done painting my 2 paper towel tubes, and they have dried. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these up into how many more pieces I want per leaf. So you're going to need about 5 pieces like this per leaf. So I only painted 2 tubes, but you are more than welcome to paint how many ever you want, all the colors that you want. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and cut up these tubes. I'm probably going to try and do about, I want to make 2 leaves out of each tube. So let's go ahead and cut that. Now, I've got about 10 pieces per color. So, now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take 5, remember we're doing 5 pieces per leaf. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my glue to glue these pieces together. All right, here are my leaves. So again, these can be any type of leaf. I just kind of played around with each of my pieces and kind of made them their own. They are still drying, so I cannot pick them up just yet, but I know that they are going to turn out great. And you can also use these as a decor piece as well, along with your pumpkins. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this activity, and we will see you next time.